Hi students, welcome back to the online classes. This is the third session of the chapter friction. So, in the last session we have discussed about factors affecting friction. Factors affecting friction. What are the factors affecting friction? Factors affecting the friction. First factor is factors affecting friction. So, first factor is nature of the surface. Nature of the surface. So, whether it is a smooth, if it is a smooth surface, it offers less friction. If it is a rough surface, it offers high friction. So, and second one is it depends upon the normal force. Frictional force is proportional to normal force. Frictional force is proportional to normal force. So, these are the two factors that affects the friction, and important points and two more important points is frictional force doesn't depends on the area of contact and frictional force doesn't depends on the weight. This is very important. Frictional force doesn't depends on the weight, but normal force is equal to weight. So, here let us see why frictional force is not depends on weight. So, for example, I have an object here, I have a block. So, here the frictional force depends on the, if you think the frictional force depends on the weight. So, normal force is the vertical upward force acting is the normal force. So, now I will apply an upward force. So, now what happens if I apply upward force, the frictional force increases, the weight is still remains same, but it doesn't depends on the weight. That frictional force doesn't depends on the weight. On which factor it depends? It depends on the normal force. Frictional force depends on the normal force only, it doesn't depends on weight. So, these are the factors affecting friction. So, is the friction is necessary for us? Do you think friction is necessary? Friction is important? Do you think the friction is important? Yes, friction is very important for our sustainability. To sustain our life, friction is very necessary. So, in order to walk on the floor or to run on the floor, the friction is very necessary between the floor and our foot. So, here the friction plays a key role in walking and running. You must have friction with the floor. If there is no friction, what will happen? You will slip. Every time you will stand, you will slip on the floor. You can't able to walk. You can't move from one place to another place if there is no friction. So, while walking and running, friction is very necessary. So, for example, if suddenly friction disappears, what happens? The vehicles moving on the roads, of course they have applied the brakes, the vehicles doesn't stop. So, it creates a very dangerous accident. So, a carpenter cannot smoothen the surface of the woodens. The surface of the wooden blocks cannot be smoothened without friction, and in that way friction plays a very important the building's construction. We can construct the building by placing one brick on one another. So, if there is no friction, the walls would collapse. So, in that way friction is very necessary for us. So, in some cases, for our sustainability friction is very necessary, and in some machinery purposes the friction is undesirable. Undesirable means unwanted. The friction plays a very important role in our life. The pen, while you are writing pens or pencils, the friction is necessary. If you are writing the pen, the frictional force between the nib and the paper will makes the lines on the paper. So, that's why the friction is desirable in some cases. Friction is desirable, it is very necessary for us, is desirable, and frictional force is also undesirable, unwanted in the case of machinery purposes. In the case of machinery purposes, friction is undesirable. Why in the purpose of machineries friction is undesirable? Why? Because if you rub your hands together, this frictional force between your hands, the frictional force between your hands produces heat. if you rub your hands, what will happen? This frictional force produces heat. So frictional force produces heat. So whenever you want to light up the matchstick, what you will do? You will rub, you will create some friction between the matchbox and the matchstick. So if whenever you are creating a friction, that friction will create a heat, and with the increase of temperature, the chemical at the end of the matchstick will lights up. So what we can conclude, that frictional force produces heat. Frictional force produces heat. So in the machinery, when the parts in the machine is moving, when the parts in the machines are moving, there will be some frictional force between the parts inside the machine. So that frictional force will create heat. So due to the heat produced by the friction, this machinery parts will get overheated. This machinery parts will get overheated and leads to damage, and leads to some damage. That's why the efficiency means the working capability of the machines will decreases because of the heat. The shapes of the machines, or it may be changes. So that's why friction is undesirable in the case of machineries. Friction is undesirable for the case of machineries. Why? Because friction produces heat, and that heat leads to overheating in the cases of machineries. So friction will create a overheating. So it sometimes it leads to wearing. Wearing means some breakages will be happened in the parts of the machinery due to the frictional forces. That's why in maximum most of the probable cases friction is very desirable. Friction helps in some cases, and friction is undesirable for some cases. So we can understand now from this, we have to increase the friction at some incidents, and we have to decrease the friction at some situations. So how can we increase the friction, or how can we decrease the friction? So if you observe the sole of your shoes, if you observe the sole of your shoes, there is some designs on that sole. We will call that design as grooving. Grooving means a irregular design will be there. So if this is your shoe, there is some designs will present on the sole of the shoe. So we will call these designs as grooves. Some irregularity will be there. Why is that grooving will be present on the sole of your shoe? Sole of the shoe. Why? Because whenever you are walking, this sole will, the grooving pattern present on the sole of the shoe will creates a more friction. So there are so many irregularities present under the shoe. These irregularities will create more grip. Grip means it will offers more friction, so that you will not slip easily. Or the sportsman wears the shoes having some spikes. Some spikes will be there for the sportsman shoes. Why? Because those spikes will have some grip even there is grass on the ground. So whenever they are playing on the stadiums, there are so much of grass and so much of dew will be there. Dew means some light water drops. Water drops will be there. If you wear a normal shoes, what will happen? Those normal shoes may slip, so that the sportsman may get injured. So to avoid that, to prevent that, from that, the sportsman shoes will have some spikes. Spikes means some sharp nails like substances will be there at the sole of their sportsman shoes. So these spikes will provide a better grip on the grounds. So by creating some irregular surfaces, we can increase the grip. Increasing the grip means we are increasing the friction. So if you observe the gymnasts, so the gymnasts will apply some coarse substance. They will apply some coarse substance to their hands. So whenever they are performing some acts during the gymnastics, so they must have some better grip with their hands. They must have some better grip with their hands. So in order to increase the grip, they will apply a substance that we call it as coarse substance. The coarse substance applied to the hands will increase the friction. Applied to the hands of gymnasts will increase the friction. So these are the different ways which we can how, and sometimes the vehicles, the tires of the vehicles will have some threadings. You can observe some designs on the tires of the vehicle. You can observe some designs on the tires of the vehicles. So we will call this design like structure as threading. So this threading will offers more frictional force whenever you have applied brakes to the vehicle. This threading will provides a better grip. Grip means it will increase the frictional force. This threading structure present on the tires will provide a better grip that increases the frictional force with the surface. It will increase the frictional force. Now let us see, these are the different ways we are following in order to increase the friction, and these are the situations where we need more friction. And let us discuss about in the case of machineries. So in the case of machineries, the friction is undesirable. We don't want friction in that particular machineries. So how can we reduce the frictional forces? So we can apply oil or grease. By applying the oil or grease, the frictional forces will be reduced. By applying oil and grease, the frictional forces will be reduced. So most of the machinery parts grease will be used to decrease the frictional force between the machinery parts. So what the grease makes, it will decrease the friction. Oil or grease will decrease the friction. We will call these substances as lubricants. What is meant by lubricants? Substances which helps to decrease the friction. Substances that helps to decrease the friction. Substances that helps to decrease the friction are called as lubricants. So lubricants will reduce the frictional forces. So we will apply grease to our chains of our vehicles. So that it will increase the lifetime of the chains. By reducing the friction, it will increase the lifetime of the chain. It doesn't breaks easily. The chain doesn't breaks easily. It doesn't get overheated. The machinery parts doesn't get overheated. So if you observe a new slate, the new slate will write properly. So if any oil was attached to that, then the slate doesn't works properly. Why? Because if you apply oil to that, it will reduces the friction. If you apply oil to the slate, what will happen? It will reduces the frictional forces. Why this oil and grease? How these substances will helps to decrease the friction? So the friction is obtained due to the irregularities between the surfaces, right? So the interlocking of the irregularities of the surfaces will causes the friction. So whenever you when you apply oil or grease, these irregularities will be, the irregular surface will be covered with grease and oil substances, so that the irregular surfaces will decreases. The irregularity on the surfaces will be decreases and reduces the friction. So these are the different ways we can reduce the friction. So while we are playing carom boards, do you need friction there? No. So in order to reduce the friction, you will sprinkle some carom board powder on the board. Why? Because by placing some powder on that board, the friction will be reduces. So in such a way you can use lubricants, to reduce the friction. So now let us discuss an activity. So try to pull a luggage on a floor. Try to pull a luggage on a floor without rollers. So you may have seen the luggages with rollers. Rollers with some wheels will be present at the end of the luggage. So consider a luggage which doesn't has any rollers there. There are no rollers. So then try to pull that. So try to pull this luggage and consider another roller which is another luggage which are having rollers. So which one is easier? The luggage which is having rollers is easy to pull. Why? Because here this rollers, here frictional force is very large. If there are no rollers, frictional force is very large. Here the frictional force is very less. Frictional forces are less. If there are rollers present for the luggage carriers, then frictional forces will be very less. Frictional forces are less. So why? Because here the friction is a sliding friction. Here the friction associated with the rollers we will call it as rolling friction. We will call it as rolling friction. So consider a wooden blocks or a geometric box. We will carry some boxes. So place a box on a plane surface. And try to push this object. So if you push this object, it will move for some force. And place this box on pencils. I have placed the 3 pencils and I have placed this box on that 3 pencils. So now try to push this object. So in which case the box will move easily? So when you place the pencils under the box, the pencils will roll and makes the object to move. So here the sliding friction is converted into the rolling friction. So the sliding friction is greater than rolling friction. Rolling friction is less than sliding friction. So here you have learnt about a new type of friction, that is rolling friction. When one body rolls over, the friction that we are discussing about rolling friction. So what is the definition of rolling friction? Friction that comes into play when one body rolls over other. So here the rollers present under the luggage rolling over the surface. So what is the type of friction presents here? Rolling friction. Friction that comes into play when one body rolls over the other. The friction between these two surfaces will be called as frictional forces. So here rolling friction is very much less than sliding friction. Here we have learned 3 types of frictions we have seen up to now. So what are the 3 types of frictions we have known? One is static friction, sliding friction, and rolling friction. So static friction is greater than sliding friction and sliding friction is greater than rolling friction. So this is the decreasing order of frictions. We have now 3 different types of frictions and this is the decreasing order of frictions. Static friction is greater than sliding and rolling. Sliding friction is greater than rolling friction. Rolling friction is least offering friction. So low value of friction is rolling friction. So let us discuss another activity. Consider 2 pads, 2 plane surfaces, 2 exam pads. Consider 2 exam pads and place together to it and try to move those exam pads like this. So try to rotate these two exam pads in contact with, by placing contact with each other. So now place some marbles between these two exam pads. Place some marbles between these two exam pads and now try to rotate. So what will happen in this case? These will rotate easily. So this case you can rotate the exam pads easily. Why? Because here the friction is sliding friction. Here the friction is rolling friction. So by placing some balls, by placing some marbles, I have said marbles. So these will act as a ball bearings. Ball bearings. So you can observe these ball bearings in the vehicles also. So in the vehicles, ball bearings will be used. In the fans, every rotating object will definitely have these ball bearings. So these ball bearings will offers less friction. This ball bearings will offers less friction. So this will be useful in the case of mixies or the grinders. Every rotating electric appliances will consist of this ball bearings. You may have played with this gadget, the stress reliever gadget. So it will also consist of ball bearings. Ball bearings will offer a less friction between for the movement of the objects. So in that way, ball bearings will very helpful in the purpose of vehicles and electric appliances and everything. So this is the friction. Still we have learnt about the solid substances. We have learnt about the solid substances, friction in the solid surfaces. So now let us see about friction present in the fluids. Fluid friction or friction in fluids. So what do you mean by fluids? The substances which can flow from one place to another place are called fluids. So air or gaseous substances or liquid substances will comes under fluids. Gaseous or liquid. Gases or liquid substances will comes under fluids. The substances which can flow from one place to another place are called as fluids. So let us consider a glass and place some water in it and stir the water with a spoon. Stir the water with a spoon. So what will happen? The water present in the glass will starts rotating, will whirl around itself, starts whirling. So whirling means rotating. So just start rotating and remove the spoon. What you will observe is the water present in the glass will make rotations and comes to rest. It doesn't rotate like that only. It will comes to rest after some time. So who stops that motion? Who stopped the motion of that water? You have created the motion inside the water, but who has stopped that motion in the water? So the frictional force presented between the layers of the water, the frictional force presented between the layers of the water and the frictional force of the water with the walls of the container, the frictional force between the fluid and the walls of the container and frictional force between the layers of the fluid, frictional force between layers of fluid and frictional force between fluid and walls of the container, brings that particular fluid into rest. Why this water has come, how this water came to rest? This water came to rest because of the frictional force between the layers of the fluid and because of the frictional force between the fluid and walls of the container. So the frictional force presented between the layers of the fluid is called as fluid friction or friction in fluid. So let us see about factors affecting fluid friction. Let us see about factors affecting fluid friction. So have you ever got a question why the aeroplanes are made in that shape? Why the aeroplanes was created in that shape? So you can create the aeroplanes in the shape of the car also. Why it was not created like this? Why the aeroplanes were made in this shape? Why? What is the reason behind that? Why? Because the frictional force in the fluids, depends upon the shape of the object. The frictional force offered by the fluid depends upon the shape of the object. So whenever you are traveling on a vehicle or whenever you are traveling in a train, so keep your hand like this out of the window, keep your hand out of the window and keep like this. So you will get some frictional force. So your hand will experience more force in this opposite direction. So this air frictional force will offer more frictional force if you keep hand like this. So whenever you are traveling, keep your hand like this. So you can observe less frictional force when the hand is kept like this. So whenever you are traveling on a train, so keep your hand outside and initially kept like this. So if you keep the hand like this, the air will apply a maximum force when the shape of the object is like this. If you keep the hand like this, it will get a less frictional force applied by the air. Air is nothing but a fluid. So if it depends upon the frictional force offered by the fluids, the frictional force offered by the water, the frictional force offered by the air, it depends upon the shape of the object, and the factors affecting frictional force depends on the nature of the fluid. If it is a thick fluid, it offers a great frictional force. If it is a honey, if you consider honey, it offers a very great frictional force. But in the case of water, it offers very less frictional force. So here it depends upon the nature of the fluid. Factors affecting fluid friction. So fluid friction depends on shape of the object, nature of the object, and velocity of the object in the fluid. So if the object is moving with great speed in the fluid, it offers more frictional force. If you are moving on a vehicle with greater speed, what you will get? You will get a high amount of opposing force. If you are moving with high speed, high amount of frictional force will be experienced. If you are moving with low speed, low amount of frictional force will be experienced. So this is about factors affecting fluid friction. So with this we will learn complete knowledge about friction. Thank you.